are about to go to Lowe's. My hair is wet, probably soapy, because my apartment complex decided to turn off our water mid-shower, so that was fun. But yeah, what are we getting? What's going on with this? What are we getting at Lowe's?
We're getting insulation for the floor. We're getting some wood beams to support the plywood on top. And that's about it.
So ideally, we're gonna go get all the supplies to make this a real floor, and then tomorrow he's gonna go to class and hopefully build it all out. I'm really excited. It's our first step. We are at the home improvement store, and we got some insulation that we're gonna put on the floor, and it took us like a million years to pick out these like little tiny things, and then I got distracted and started looking at tiles and stuff.
Really great stuff that you're doing here.
Oh, I was like trying to figure out, it's called great stuff apparently. Weird. Yeah, so we're gonna work on the floor tomorrow, and then we're trying to plan ahead, but it's proving to be extremely difficult, and we keep getting really overwhelmed. How are you feeling?
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. Matt's about to bring in the stuff. Yay! So what did we get?
We got all of the supplies for our flooring.
That took us like an hour to pick out. How the hell are we going to make a whole van? Oh my gosh. I think we're gonna get better at this. So that was extremely difficult. Like, I just feel like we learned so much about how to read labels at the home improvement store. Like, I've built out a couple things before, like my cottage and stuff, so that really helped, but there's just so much stuff there that I feel exhausted, and I just ordered us some Vietnamese food to like comfort us and ground us before doing some more work tomorrow. We just remembered what a tight turn we're about to have to do to get in. Okay, that was hard to say really quickly as we were pulling in here, but we just pulled into our favorite Vietnamese restaurant called Long Phung. It's awesome. Whoa, look at this weird glare. You're like an angel, Matt. Yeah, and their parking lot is tiny, and we did not think that through whenever we ordered our food, and there's lots of potholes getting out, so this is going to be a good test. Our first kind of like off the beaten path. Our first off-roading experience in the back of Long Phung. It's pretty embarrassing, but it took Matt and I a week and a half to figure out how to unlock the doors, besides like just opening the door. But to unlock the door for each other, the button is like way down here. Why would they put it here? Every other car I've been in, it's been on the door. So if you ever have a Ram Promaster, then now you know how to unlock the doors.
The dal that we made, it's actually so delicious. I'll leave the recipe in the description box because it's really,
YouTube
really
eating
good.
some
That was the most Ayana's
Vietnamese food.
eaten.
Today, I don't know what today is, but we're working on the floor. I should say Matt worked on the floor all day, and I wanted to show you guys how he did. It looks really awesome. I guess the plans changed a little bit, but you would not have a clue because it looks super well laid. So I'm going to show you. as you can see, he put these beams down, and then this R max plus 3, so it's got a R value of 3 point something. I don't remember. Oh, it's right here. It's upside down though. We got the 3/4 inch? Yeah?
Yeah.
So, wait, did we get a 3/4 inch?
Yeah.
So it's got a R value of 5. You can see it say right there. Anyways. So, Matt, tell us a little bit about how today went.
Do you want to know about the change of plans from going this way with the boards to this way?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as it turns out, the foam boards didn't meet up level with the lumber boards running that way, so we flipped it around and
Yeah, here we are.
yeah, here we are.
You did a really good job.
Thank you.
Why aren't they stuck yet?
Well, I'm dry fitting right now, so that way I know everything is good to go before I start gluing and sticking things everywhere. And that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So pretty much this like radiant barrier, running it lengthways like this is allowing us to have that like 1/2 inch air gap to help it work effectively.
Alright, well, so the main change that Matt had to make was that the beams were supposed to go longwise in the little notches and grooves of the floor, which I'll show you in a minute. And then the insulation was supposed to fit in between the pieces of wood on top of the like crests of the grooves. However, the insulation that we found at Lowe's was 3/4 inch, and we were thinking we were going to get 1/2 inch. And the boards are only, I don't know how big they are, but essentially we were going to have to smush the insulation like 1/4 inch for the plywood to be able to fit on top. So that proved to cause problems. So, as you can see, this is the floor of the van, and you can see how it has these little crests and valleys, and that's where we were going to put the wood in between and the insulation on top. But when he got to school today, luckily his teacher has been huge help. Shout out to whatever his name is, I don't actually know his name. And he said like that's just not a good idea. So instead we went with a wide ways. And the nice thing that's going to happen because of this is since the boards and the insulation are sitting on top of these nooks, you're actually going to get a channel of air flow underneath the insulation, which was apparently good for airflow. Kind of like, think of it like air conditioning ducts that are going to be underneath the insulation, so everything stays at a regulated temperature, from what we understand. Now, obviously, Matt and I pretty much have only learned everything that we know about flooring from YouTube and Google. So take everything we say with a grain of salt. However, we noticed a ton of people running the little lines in the grooves, and that's what we thought was going to make the most sense, and that's why our plan was initially that way. And then we've had to learn so much about R values and insulation and pretty much how reflecting heat works. Like, this is going to be a radiant barrier, is that right?
Of sorts. Yeah, it has a radiant barrier of sorts on it.
Okay, so yeah, there's lots of words, lots of terms. We could have taken an entire course on it. We aren't, and we're going with the best that we can determine. So if you have better ways, or if you've done it differently, then we would love to hear how you did it, because I'm sure that we're going to do more builds, more renovations and stuff like that in the future. And this comes in handy if you're ever like building a house, because all this stuff is like bringing a house into a little tiny space inside a very large metal echoing van. Yeah. This is what Matt does whenever he gets heat exhaustion. Why are you in the bushes?
I'm catching it. I'm having a dragonfly land on my finger.
Where did the dragonfly go?
It was right here.
That's a wasp.
Get right to the point, don't you?
So it looks like, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a big ass rain cloud over there. So we gotta pack it up. And Matt is packing everything away. What was your favorite sound that you said that you love about packing stuff away?
Oh no, it's just when I use the saw. Like when I pick up my saw, it makes that.
Oh my gosh. It's like glitter for men.
It's called sawdust.
It's called sawdust. Okay, so we're done for today. Today is like day 7, 6, I don't know. It's been a week that Matt has been working on the flooring of the van build, and I've been at work all week, so I haven't been able to get in here and like do stuff, but we are hoping to finish it up today. I think it's all pretty much like set up and ready to go, but we have to now like install it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to show you kind of where we are and hopefully show you us finishing it up so that we can move on to the insulation, which we bought earlier, and yeah, we'll do that on the next video. So this is currently what the floor looks like. It's prepped and ready to go. All we gotta do now is finish taping the insulation and like beams that like went from side to side. Shoot, what are they called? Joists. Tape over the joist so that it keeps the, is it a radiant barrier?
Sure.
I don't know. I'm trying to learn so much insulation terms, it's difficult. But once we're done taping over those joists, then we're going to screw down the plywood and it's like done. So pretty much 90% complete. Fill the little holes with some great stuff. Kind of wonder how much it fills. Guess we'll find out. It's gonna expand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Finishing the whole, once or are you finishing the whole box?
What are we doing?
Stop.
Explain the process.
It's not my process.
Introduce yourself.
Hold on. Let me get the camera so I can introduce yourself.
Tell me your name.
Matthew.
Your real name.
Matthew.
The name that your mother gave you.
Matthew.
Okay. What are we doing?